this weekend's games, really Sunday's games. Darren Everson, sports writer here at the Wall Street Journal, and Neal Lipschutz, who's not a sports writer, but he is managing editor of the Dow Jones
Always
Newswire.
wanted to be one.
Always wanted to be a sports writer.
As
before he heads out,
men do.
well, before we get to the games themselves, Neal, I'm worried about you. I'm
gonna miss the
worried
game.
because, we have you're going to Davos this weekend. I knew that.
Right.
And I'm concerned that you're not going to, have you worked out how you're going to be able to see the game, being a huge Giants fan that you are?
True, I have not, and I will miss it, but I'm just assuming, my theory is this: Giants will take care of business, and I'll be home in plenty of time for the Super Bowl.
Right. Is that, now, are you of the school which, you're such a nervous fan, Neal, that you prefer not to watch the game? Because when you watch the game, you have a nervous breakdown.
I will admit I do that more with the Yankees than I do with the Giants, that at certain points in playoff games or near playoff games, I kind of start to stroll around a little bit and just sort of peek at the TV, but not so much for the Giants. I'd say what more than that is, if they're playing hard and they're playing well, what drives me the craziest, of course, is if, mistakes that hurt themselves, or the thing that drives me really crazy as any sport as a fan is a big lead established and then blown or nearly blown.
Oh, I think we've seen that before from the Giants
we
out
have
in San
seen
Francisco.
That. Yeah, that's right.
So let's talk about while
but in
we're
general,
at it.
for any
While we're
sport,
at it,
that's the worst thing for a fan.
While we're at it, although I am a big Pats fan, we will get to that. Let's discuss the game. What about the rain, Darren? The rain in San Francisco, is that going to be a big problem for the Giants? I mean, their running game has been nothing special lately, has it?
No, I mean, that's the thing. It's like the Giants obviously have come on lately, but throughout the season they had a lot of trouble running the ball, which is very uncharacteristic for them. They've been a power running team for years. This year they retooled the offensive line. They had a lot of trouble. Their center was out for a while. So if there's a serious weather issue there, that could be a problem for the Giants.
Right. And what is that a problem for the 49ers? Not so much,
Not
right?
so much. 49ers, they've got a great running game with Gore. Defensively, obviously, they've been one of the top teams in the league. So I think that's an edge for them.
Neal, where do you stand on the rain concern? What is your position?
I'm a little concerned about it because, at Darren's point, historically, this would play into these sort of historic Giants, right? 3 yards in a cloud of dust, tremendous defense. But, with Eli Manning having the year that he had, these 3 receivers who have all come into their own dramatically, it's a passing offense. The plus is there's so much momentum, and I've seen, as a non-specialist fan, I've seen passing games still be carried out well in rain. So I'm assuming they can do it.
I'm going to say I like Eli Manning. I like him. I think he is a go-to kind of player.
Right.
The question is, will Brandon Jacobs, I mean, the one thing, Brandon Jacobs has been a big talker lately, done a lot of talking. Darren, will he deliver the goods on
and
Sunday?
He just got called out, if you noticed, by Jerry Rice talking about, Rice didn't say it in very stark terms, but he was basically saying that the guy doesn't run that well for a guy that size, that he gets tackled by smaller players. And so, not that Jacobs should need more motivation, but there he has it right there.
Okay.
And he's been playing well of late, as
Okay, we got to go to predictions for the San Francisco game. Darren, do you have a horse in this race? Do you have any allegiances?
Not from this area, so I can look at this.
Okay,
so
who do you like and why?
Giants.
You like the Giants. It's a momentum play for you,
absolutely.
Right? It's a momentum
play. This is just
play.
a different team than it's been the rest of the year. Giants in a close
momentum
one.
play. Neal?
I'm going to obviously say the Giants, but I'll be nervous the whole time, and I'll try to find out when I land. But, to Darren's point earlier, the problem with rooting for the Giants is that they have been a different team, and you just keep watching amazed and hope they don't revert back to how they played against the Redskins.
That played the Redskins. You don't want to see that team. Okay, let's go to the much more important game, at least for some of us here. Patriots v. Ravens up in Foxborough. You got to like the Pats, and yet, you got some veterans on that Baltimore team. That is their last shot. I mean, it's probably their last shot. Darren, who do you like?
I can't believe the Ravens are a game away from the Super Bowl, which basically tells you which way I'm going on this game. The one thing that I guess gives you a little pause is that the Pats, notwithstanding last week's performance, which was great, they've been they've had trouble in the playoffs in recent years. So you're kind of wondering whether there's going to be another situation like that where they just disappoint you. But I think they should run away with this.
You think it should be a runaway. Now, what about the Pats defense, which has been
not great,
disappointing at best?
Less than ideal. No question.
Can Joe Flacco beat that? If he can't beat this defense, can he beat any defense?
Joe Flacco's own teammates, as we've seen this past week, are questioning whether he's got a good grasp of this offense. His numbers, if you look at what he's done in the playoffs in his career, very shaky.
Right.
I don't even. I mean, that's the thing. Like, that's obviously New England's big weakness, but I don't know if Flacco can take advantage.
Right.
Yeah, and
you have any horse in the AFC?
I don't.
Don't tell me you're a Jets fan.
I'm not. No.
Thank goodness.
No, I'm not at all. But I'm not usually a fan of New England-based teams, but they're an impressive group. I mean, you can't fight the tape, if we want to use that analogy, with Brady and where he's been and what he's done. And watching the Ravens, while they obviously have a strong defense, it doesn't seem that they've got the offensive weapons where they can really take advantage of even a so-so defense.
Now, as a media member, both of you, what is the game that the media wants here? The media want the Harbaugh brothers. Come on.
Yeah.
Does it want Baltimore and San Francisco? It can't want that game, can it?
I think certainly the Northeast media and non-media would want the Boston-New York, rivalry to be both from the 2008 Super Bowl and as another sport rivalry between the two cities.
Oh, the 2008 Super Bowl? I've repressed that memory so heavily. Although I've told my son, by the way, I said I want the revenge match.
You want that. Well, that's good of you to want to step up to the bigger challenge. But I think that would be the preferable game.
Right.
Yeah,
Darren?
I think the TV. I think they don't want Baltimore.
No.
Anything but Baltimore, I think they'll be happy. I mean, the Harbaugh versus Harbaugh situation is funny and obviously unusual, but it's Baltimore. It's not. I mean, not an exciting team offensively. They don't score. Right. Small market.
Okay, so give us your predictions for the Pats Ravens game on Sunday. A score. Even if you're in, Darren, what do you like?
31-14 Pats.
31-14
No
Pats. Neal?
Yeah, I think maybe a little closer than that. I would say, but 28-20, but the Pats kind of firmly in control.
Are you going to be wearing your New York Giants jersey on the plane, Neal?
No, I'm not. I won't do that. I think I'm going to a very cold place. I have to pack some sort of sweatshirts. I'll probably take the Giants sweatshirt as one of them.
Neal, what would the response be when you step into the World Economic Forum Conference Center with your face blue painted like the New York Giants? Do you think they would throw you out immediately?
They'd be a little surprised, probably not recognize what it is. But I'm not a fan of that ilk usually.
Right,
so I don't
okay.
think I'm not really in danger of that.
Neal Lipschutz, Darren Everson, thank you very much. We'll see how things turn out this weekend.